What's going on, guys? Matt Manduke here, and you probably know this because you're on my channel now, but I'm an over-the-road trucker, and I'm starting this new series where it's a time-lapse, and how I have the camera set up is it takes a picture every 2 minutes, and then I pin them all together and make a video like this where I'm going to narrate it. And in this video, you're going to see that I went back and forth from Ohio to South Carolina several times, and then after that I went to Michigan, and I went to Wisconsin, and I went to Indiana, and you're gonna see all that, but I don't know that any of it's really recognizable because, as you can see, that's the Springfield Terminal there, and I can identify that. But other than the places where I really stopped, the highway kind of looks the same in most of these pictures, except for the background. And that's something that does change. What you can see on the skyline, the mountains and sometimes cityscapes do change. But other than that, I can identify most of the places that I stopped, because I went to a lot of Walmart DCs. But I can't identify too much. And yes, that was 2 tunnels, and they might have actually been in Pennsylvania. No, I don't think so, but there is another day where I go through several tunnels, and tunnels aren't something that are uncommon for me, especially not on the East Coast. It seems like tunnels are a real big thing on the East Coast for the most part. They don't do it too much on the West Coast, which is kind of interesting in some ways, because mountains are bigger there. It'd be easier to make a tunnel than it would to go over some mountains. But it is what it is, and I think tunnels are probably less destructive to the environment than having a road that goes over. But here's a Walmart DC here, and I think I cut some of the frames out of that so it looked like I spent less time than I did, and I stopped doing that since then. So all the sitting that I've done since then, and actually what you're watching now is last week, which for you it was a month ago by the time you're actually seeing it. But this week I've done a lot of sitting, and I don't like that. But tomorrow, here I'm sitting because it's my lunch break, so I can't complain about that too much. But they had me split somewhere else, and I ended up going not terribly too far to, this is actually where I parked for the night. And then I headed to the Springfield Terminal, which apparently was, no, because I've been there twice. I went to a drop yard in Columbus, and then went to the Springfield Terminal and got my truck serviced. So here I am getting fuel, and then you're going to see me get fuel, and you're going to see that. And I don't know that I'm going to continue this series, but it is kind of interesting. I like the way I like time lapses. So this is the Indianapolis Terminal, and maybe I'm confused on what I did what days, because that seems to be the case. I can't ever really tell what I'm doing on what days. Or even what day of the week it really is, and then looking at the pictures, the only way I know where I've been ultimately is by looking at the log of places that I've been. But the highways, the sunsets, those kinds of things, I do like when I'm at a terminal or a DC or something, or a factory, when I'm being loaded, those things. I like the time lapse of the clouds moving and the shadows moving. I think that's cool looking. And it gives you an idea of all the things that I see, even though you're not really seeing it for very long. You get an idea of what I'm looking at. But like here, yeah, you're going to see a lot of that kind of scene, because that's what we do as truckers. You see a lot of those kinds of scenes, whether we're being loaded or dropping hook, we see a lot of trailers facing the other way. But this is one that I actually mentioned in my Angry that is coming up, and it's that guy that's right in front of me. His truck actually says Werner on it, and then here I am in that spot getting loaded. And then, bam, back on the road again, because that's how it works. And I'm sorry about the light frames. I did try to cut them out, but apparently there's a couple that I didn't get to in time. And you can see me sitting in traffic and how heavy traffic is, but you don't have to bear with me, because we're talking 70 hours in this, 9-minute video, or close to 9-minute video. So you get an idea that I'm driving at night, I'm driving during the day. And no, the first few days I didn't actually do the time lapse at night, because I didn't think it was going to come out, but it doesn't look too bad, so I guess I will from now on. And then here's another Walmart DC, and I was there for a while because I'm supposed to wait in the spot for another load before I leave. So then I get another load and I'm on my way, and usually it's not too far. So then I think that was getting fuel, and then I'm off to another spot, which, like, I think this is the Gas City Walmart DC that I'm headed to now, which I've been there before. There's a Walmart, or yeah, there's Walmart. There's a Walmart DC there, but right around the corner from the Walmart DC, there's actually a. Oh no, that wasn't. This was beer, because I haul a lot of beer for whatever reason, and I got live loaded there, so it is what it is. And then I actually took that to the Walmart DC, so there was same run, but kind of backwards on it. And I think sometimes on the road it looks like I'm going backwards, and other things are going forwards more. And I think that's weird, but it depends on how your eyes really adjust to it. And I should have blended, but I thought that sunrise was really pretty. I even posted it on Facebook because I thought it was so pretty. But I should have blended going from day to night, because it might be hard on eyes, I don't know. But yeah, so I go to Gas City from there, and then from Gas City I think I pick up something. I go to the Werner Yard, which this is, I don't know if that's Indianapolis or Springfield. I think it's Indy. And I go from Indy to Wisconsin. But I sit there for a while because I have to wait for this load to get brought there so I can take it. And I'm angry at this point because I picked up a load that was going to San Diego in Ohio, and I dropped it in Indianapolis to get a load that was only 300 miles, and 300 miles is not anywhere near what San Diego is from Indianapolis, and I get paid by the mile, so I was upset about this. And I mean, all I did was go to Wisconsin and then back to Indianapolis, so it wasn't like, wow, I really did something. And then from Indianapolis I went to Gaillard, Ohio, which is something you're going to see soon after that. But yeah, so I park and then I run, and that's more or less what my day is every day. And it's entertaining to me because there is cool stuff to see on the road that you're probably not going to see in these, because I mean, what, I got a 600ths of a second for each frame, so you guys aren't really seeing what is on here. Well, I guess you could always pause it if you want to see, but sorting through this frame by frame would be a pain in the ass. And I do actually take in some of the groups that I go to and whatnot, because I can. And now we're getting into the last video, which is actually today, the day I'm narrating this. I sat for 2 hours trying to get the proper address for the place I was going, and silly me, it was right behind me, but there was no way for me to know that because of what it was, and there was no markings on the building. So then I ended up, it was one way, so I had to go around the block, and then I went around the block, and now I'm getting unloaded there, which was kind of a pain in the butt because that place was not made for my truck. And then he had me sit on the side because I had to wait for the load that I'm not on that load, but I go here to Marshall's to drop my empty trailer, and then I head across to Walt Whitman. So you're actually going to see a little bit of Philadelphia cityscape. Well, not anymore, because I go to that one spot because it was the wrong address, and then this is where I'm parked right now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see my other over the road videos, you can check out that playlist there. This is part of the drone flight videos, so you're going to see both. And if you want to see what I'm like when I'm angry, you can check out that video there. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I wouldn't do this without you, and I'll see you, my friends, in my next video.